Hello everyone, good evening. We will be starting our today's class, orientation class. And okay, first of all, let me tell you some things. Number one, all of you are mute. You cannot unmute yourself because some people forget, and there are a lot of sounds. Some people drive, some people play games, some people do a lot of other things. So we don't want your sounds in between our classes because these classes are going to be recorded. All of the classes are going to be recorded. Now, first, what are the things I'm going to discuss now? Number two, I will discuss the syllabus. Number three, I will discuss how much time it needs to prepare for this exam. Number four, I will discuss about some common situations you face during preparing. Situations during preparing. Number five, everything is organized. Even the orientation class is organized and planned in a specific way. Everything is organized here. There is an order and like being okay, no motivations because you don't need motivations. I will talk about those later. And this class will be in English because this is open for all our national and international candidates, and we have some international candidates. But remember, I will tell you about our process. What are the process? How we take class, where we take class. Either the classes will be live or recorded. Then how do you give exams? Then how do you check your result? All of it. And how the course is designed. These are the things I'm going to talk about. So first we start with the syllabus. See, there are a lot of things they have guided you. Syllabus and exam type. Let me tell you about syllabus and exam type for MRCS Part A. There is a difference, and you will understand what is the difference between our country exams and MRCS exam. This is a totally different type of exam from our country exams like FCPS or MS. It's different. It's different. And there are some problems. The way we studied in our medical colleges, those were different. A lot of things we didn't study in depth, those are needed. And a lot of study we have studied in depth, but we never need those things in our life. Like in our entire life we will not be needing those things at all. As a surgeon, you will never need those things. Or even in medicine, different branches, you will never need those things. But a lot of things, those were needed, but we didn't study in depth. So those things are the problem. Now, about this exam is a 300 marks exam, which is divided into 180 and 120. 180 is our basics. Now, in our medical college, in everywhere, we have listened that we don't have basic. You don't have basic. বাংলায় বলতে গেলে তোমার তো বেসিকই নাই, তোমার তো বেসিকই নাই. Actually, I never knew what are the basics. But before I prepared for this exam, after I after I studied all these things, I know what are the basics. Actually, what they wanted to tell us, but they never told us elaborately. They never told us that you have to understand these things, and that's how you get the basic. No, they were busy with their chambers, they were busy with this, they were busy with that. They have no time for us. I'm not going to talk about that anyway. Basics, and here the main topics are anatomy, and don't mistake anatomy with surgical anatomy. Yes, anatomy, surgical anatomy, but there's a fine line in between them. I forgot the G. There's a very fine line in between them. And that fine line is not maintained in our country exams. That's not maintained because we have more candidates. We have, what do you say, more competition. That's why, just to eliminate the competition, they ask you a lot of unnecessary questions. That's why we fail this exam. That doesn't mean we don't know anything. We know a lot of things. Now, anatomy and surgical anatomy, there's a fine line between them. What's the fine line? For example, they will not ask you what's the content of carotid triangle. Let's say this is an anatomy question. What's the content of carotid triangle? This is a plain anatomical question. But what's a surgical anatomy question? If you do a carotid end arterectomy, what will be the structure that gets injured first? What's the most common structure to get injured? Structure to get injured. So these are basically same questions. They're asking the content and the things around, the nerves around it or the blood vessels around it. They're asking the same thing. But this is a clinical scenario attached with it. That means only the diseases that you will encounter during your surgical career or in UK, they will ask you from those diseases only, from those topics only, only from those topics. They will not ask you any stupid question. Sometimes you will feel like it's a stupid question because we are not used to those kind of questions. We are not used to those kind of questions. That's why sometimes in for our exam we feel like there are some stupid questions. No, no, they change your eye. They change the way you look at a patient or a disease, or whenever you go to surgery. They change your eye. They change your eye totally just by an SBA exam. If just with an SBA exam your eyes change so much, then I wonder how be the training is. I really feel like it's worth it actually. It's really worth it. Even if you don't go to UK, even if you have no plans to go to UK, but you have to experience, you have to that quality, your quality changes. Your quality changes, man. You're a different person before and after the exam. It's just, if you don't give it, you will not feel it. You will feel it that I am a different person. My eyes are changed. And you develop the surgical eye. Of course, like boka খেয়ে গালি খেয়ে স্কল্ডিং খেয়ে এগুলা খেয়ে আপনার হবে না সোজা বাংলা বলতে গেলে, but just this exam will change your eye. So these are the type of questions they ask. They don't ask direct anatomical questions, unnecessary questions. They ask you, they will always ask you that, and that's why people don't understand. And who are the victims of that? I will not say they understand more, but they are the victims. Who are the victims? Who are the victims? Victim means who fails more. Who fails more? Number one, the overconfident ones. This is an easy exam, very easy exam. The overconfident ones fail more. Who are the overconfident ones? Those who have passed a long time ago, those who have other degrees here, they are the victims. I will not say that's their problem. They're the victims because their eyes are prepared in a different way. Their brains are wired in a different way and they are old. And who passes more? The freshers. Because they don't have a developed eye. Like, I would like to tell you a joke. Like, it's a true story about Ustad Zakir Hussain. Ustad Zakir Hussain, the famous tabla badak of Indian subcontinent. Zakir Hussain died maybe last month. So, a Student came to Zakir Hussain and said that I have some basics of tabla and I played since childhood. I played since childhood. Now I'm 25 years old. Now I want to learn from you. He said, 2 lakhs will be your monthly fee. But after some time, in front of that student, a second student came and he said, I want to learn tabla from you. He asked, did you learn it before? He said, no, I never touched it. He said, 2000 per month will be your fee. Why is that? Why is that? This person got confused. Like, Ustadji, what did you just say? I learned it from 25 years. You are charging me 2 lakhs per month and you are charging him just 2000 per month. Like just 2000. He got mad and he said, you are contaminated. You are contaminated. And the things you have learned from past 25 years, my energy will go more. My energy will be wasted more for, so you forget those things and learn the good techniques. But this is a fresh candidate, fresh student, and he will not bother me more. Whatever I say, he will just do it. So I will charge him only 2000. So this is the thing. Like they're the victims. They're the victims. I'm not saying these degrees are useless. No. These are, we have a lot of brilliant surgeons in our country with brilliant hands. Like they're better even, like they're world class. But there are problems. There really have some problems. Those who are in course or those who are our professors, assistant professors, or are, they know it. They know it. There are some problems. So freshers pass more, older people fail more because of their overconfidence and because of their eyes are prepared in a different way and they have hard time taking those things. They have hard time. But if they are flexible, if they're flexible and open to the teachings, they just, I will say that, like I had candidates like from NICVT, from various assistant registers, a lot of people from various areas. Like they had chambers, they had OTs, they had practice. After that, they used to watch the class and they used to study. And whenever they studied, they knocked me. Uh, Dr. Khan, I'm not understanding this. What will be this? And only they gave 2 3 hours per day. They passed. They passed. Like they, if they are flexible, they need less time. They need very less time to prepare. Very less time to prepare. They just don't need 6 to 8 hours for a fresher. They don't need that time. They just need 2 3 hours per day, and they pass this exam. Now, what was I talking about? I was talking about the syllabus. Basics, surgical anatomy, surgical pathology, surgical physiology. Like you cannot differentiate these two. These two are like they mix these questions together. They give these questions together. Then embryology. Embryology is a basic anatomical subject. You don't need much from here. Just some regular questions. Like the questions, these are very predictable questions. And we have all those questions in our arrows in our, like, it will not be more than 1 page. Just these questions come again and again. We have collected it, and every year only those questions come. Then you can say these are the main topics. Now, in these 180, you get almost 75 from anatomy and 75 from pathology and physiology. Microbiology, easy questions. Biostat is the least important thing. Sometimes they give one question, sometimes they don't give any question at all. No question comes. I will say no question comes. I miss pharmacology. Pharmacology. 5 to 6 questions you get from here. So see, in these 180 you get almost 150 from anatomy, pathology, physiology. Almost 150. Almost 150. So your first priority is these three subjects from paper 1. These three subjects from paper 1 is your first priority. Like people always used to say anatomy, anatomy, anatomy. No, these have changed. These have changed after COVID. That's why the previous methods are not working anymore. All those things you are talking about, EMRCS or Fauci, they just don't work it anymore. They are just waste of your time, man. And past test, it's a big waste of your time. And this world needed a new kind of material, and I have brought with this, and within 2 3 years we will be expanding, like we'll be dominating this world anyway. Thing is that 75 almost 150 you get from anatomy, pathology and physiology. Guys, I will give you time later on. If you have some questions or something, then you ask that. What you can do, you can write it down, or you can comment it in chat box. I will check it after this explanation anyway. So first priority topics are these two. Others, do you need that? Yes, you need that. Only the things we have in our arrows, you will have questions from these topics, you will have. And even if you don't have, you will pass with it. I will tell you about those things, no worries. And these, in these 120, you have emergency, trauma, peri-operative. Emergency, trauma, peri-operative. Then surgical topics. We have it all, don't worry. Like 7 to 8 surgical topics, like abdominal surgery, then your upper GI, hepatobiliary, pancreatic, then breast surgery, then vascular surgery, pediatric surgery, urology, of course, orthopedics. See, what's the difference? You have like 5 to 6 questions from each of those. If we say these 7 topics are 30 page each, abdominal surgery 30 page, breast surgery 30 page, vascular surgery 30 page, pediatric surgery 30 page, urology 30 page, orthopedics 30 page. So 7 into 30, you get 210 page. And emergency trauma perioperative, you will have almost 75 to 80 questions from here. Almost 75 to 80 questions from these three topics only. Only from these three topics. So if you say 30 page emergency and trauma, 30 page perioperative, so from 60 page you get almost 75 to 80 questions, and from 210 page you get the rest of 40 to 50 questions. So which one gives you better benefit? Of course, these three topics. And if you fail, you will fail because of emergency, trauma, and perioperative. Because these things, if you have, sorry guys, if you have gone to surgical ward for once in your life, you will be able to answer all these questions. All of those. All of those you will be able to answer. There are some tough questions, but not more than, from one topic, not more than 5 to 6 questions you will have. So you don't worry about those at all. All of the things we have in our notes are more than sufficient. More than sufficient. You don't need anything else. Nothing else will be needed to pass this exam. Now, so from paper 1, anatomy, physiology, pathology, first priority topics. From paper 2, emergency, trauma, perioperative, first priority topics. Why? Because what's the passing system of this exam? 300 marks. They will give you 300 questions. And this is a cut mark exam. What is a cut mark exam? That means, let's say 9,000 people give MRCS in September, and the average score is 160. Average score, like all the scores added, then divided by 9,000. So average score is 160, and they will select a standard score. Let's say 180. 180. They will select a standard score, and anyone scoring above 180 will pass this exam. Will pass this exam at that date. That means there is no specific number to pass. Depends on the question. No specific number to pass this exam. It depends on the question. If the question is hard, if you get 180 to 190, you will pass this exam. If the question is easy, of course, 190 or above or 200, you will pass this exam. So, this is the system and syllabus, and this is the syllabus. Like here they have written a lot of things, they have divided it, but this is the summary, the things I told you, and these are the things you will be needing to pass this exam. Now, about the fee and others of the exam, guys, the fee is increasing. MRCS part A, you can give it from Bangladesh, you can give it from India, Sri Lanka, and other countries too. Now, the mark is 300. This is the cut mark exam. That means if the question is easy, you will be having hard time to pass this exam, but not with my course. If the question is easy, you will get all the questions. And remember, always they give 30 to 60 new questions. Like after COVID, they are giving questions like that, 30 to 60 new questions they introduce, but from the topics we have collected all the things, we update our books after every exam, don't worry about it. So new questions they add. So you have, let's say, 240. So these 240 questions you will have it from our notes, from our classes, from our notes and classes. You will get it, and you will be able to remember it. I will make sure how to make you remember all of the things, and then you give the exam and you will pass. Now, another thing I want to talk about, do we need a course? Say, not everyone will need the course. Like personally, I didn't need a course. I passed by myself. Not everyone will need the course. Not everyone will need the course. There are a lot of people, they have a lot of time, 6 to 10 hours every day. They can give it for 3 months, 4 months, and they have good basic, and they have passed all the exams of the world, USMLE, AMC, and they have a very high opinion about themselves. Yes, that's good. Being confident is good, but overconfidence is always bad. Always bad. They will not need a course if they have time and the resources. Usually people use EMRCS, which is outdated these days. If you check with the questions, check with the January question and EMRCS. Not a single question will resemble with EMRCS questions. Not a single one. Past test, forget it. Anyway, and Fauziashi, it's nothing. It's just some topics collection from physiology and pathology, regular topics, just topics collection. Some. If you want to study, you can study, not a problem. So what do? They do EMRCS, okay, and they, you will be seeing the posts like they are studying raftery, they are studying Moore, they are studying that, they are studying these. If you have that amount of time, you will not be needing a course. You don't need me. Just forget it. But who will be needing a course? If you have a hectic job, if you don't have time to do all these things by yourself, if you want to make your life easy, make your life easy, and if you want to minimize the chances of failing, minimize the chances of failing, Minimize the chances of failing. Like, no matter which part of the world, from which part of the world, or from whoever scores, someone is preparing for this exam, you will be knowing more than them, and you can even teach them before the exam. That's how much confident we are. That's why we are booming. Like, with just with just three batches, we just, like, I don't want to say, check our page anyway. You will be able to teach them even before exams, and no, this will be like this because these are the reasons. With the reasons, with the basics, you will know it all. You will be knowing more than them, so you will always be the leading marks getter. I would say leading marks getter from our course. You don't need that, just the pass mark will be okay. Now, thing is that if you have a hectic job, if you don't have time to do all these things by yourself, that's the number one cause you need this course. Secondly, if you want to make your life easy, like, you will have the notes, just follow the classes, just give the exams, and leave all the worry on me. What will be coming in the exam, how will be the question, and how do I prepare for this kind of question? Leave all the tension. I take your tension, you take my classes. That's the thing. The tension is mine, the classes are yours. Simple as that. If you don't want to take all these tensions, just join this course and pass this exam. Simple as that. Just follow the classes, give the exams, you will pass it. And minimize the chances of failing. It's a costly exam, guys. 625 pounds was the fee this May, this April, and this September. It will increase next year. So you give the exam as early as possible. As early. Even if you don't want to go to UK, but you want to be a better surgeon, I think MRCS is just awesome. I don't know about it. Like, people tell about jobs. Guys, these people, I just hate them. I don't go to Facebook. I just go to Instagram, watch some reels anyway. I don't go to Facebook. People are so depressed. Guys, all the people are so depressed. Let me give you an example. Have you seen those kind of people in your medical college days that they have said there are 10 topics? Let's say there are 10 topics. They study all night and they say, I haven't studied at all. And I have studied only 9 topics. I don't know if I would pass this exam or not. Guys, everyone hates them. Everyone hates them. And the posts you see, like, the person is saying, I have applied for 500 jobs and I didn't get any. He has a problem. He has a problem. He really has a problem. Either it's a fake post so that everyone goes to, they see coaching centers for FCPS and MS, or if someone applies for 500 jobs and no one calls him, he has a problem. He has a problem because this is not true. I worked with some HRs and, like, seen some interviews. I have seen people. There are two kinds of people. Some say, I need the job very much, very much. Their vibe. And some people are just confident that, okay, if I don't even have the job, I will manage. I'll figure it out. That person's vibe is different. And there are people who are just depressive. Wherever they go, they take a negative cloud with them. And I know everyone has that kind of person in your workplace or at your home. If you have it in your home, you are just the most unlucky person in this world. Like, I know that feeling, guys. There are some people who are just a cloud of negativity. Like, they will say, no, life is very hard. You can't do anything. I can't do anything. Bro, leave them. Leave them immediately. Don't talk to them. Don't see their post. Nothing. They are just a cloud of negativity, and they bring that cloud in interview board too. You can see it in their face. You can see it in their face that they are just depressive, they are just negative, and they don't deserve that job. So he has a problem. It's not like there are no jobs. If you are good at what you do, like, take me for example, there are Salah courses, There are a lot of courses in this country even, and in Bangladesh too. But why, despite charging 24,000 or 18,000 for a 4 months course, I'm getting so much candidates? Why? Why? Because if you know how to do your job properly, like if I'm a rice cooker, if I know how to cook rice properly, who will not buy me? Who will not? Everyone will do that. Simple as that. Simple as that. Simple, guys. So all you have to do, that you have to do your job properly. Do your job properly and you will get jobs. It's not like there are no jobs. There are jobs, but for quality people, you have to possess that quality. It's not like for the job you are dying. No, you have to build yourself first. You have to build that eye, you have to build that aura around you. That's how you get it. You claim it. You get it. Don't just think like there are no jobs. Like, what about Bangladesh? What about our country? Where is a job? Show me a job without lobbying. Show me a job. No, but it's not like that there. Anyway, I just got excited. No, don't worry about it. How much time it needs to prepare, guys? If you are preparing alone, if you are preparing by yourself, EMRCS will take 3 months to understand what is it, and pass test you will be running 3 years. It will not end. It will not end. So forget it. If you are studying by yourself, so you will be needing almost 6 months to prepare if you are studying all by yourself, and you have 6 to 10 hours free time every day for studying. Now, if you have left your studies since 98, like I had candidates in September. Two candidates, guys, two candidates. They passed in 98. They passed in 98, passed MBBS in 98. I was 4 year old and I ate mud only at that age. They passed MBBS and they got into our September course after a long gap, long study gap. And this was their first attempt and they passed the exam. They passed this exam. Okay, so, and they were in our 4 months course, 4 months or 6 months anyway. So I would say if you have a job and if you are in my course, our classes are generally 2 hours long. 2 hours long for, let's say, every class. Every class. Almost we have 45 classes. 45 classes. So it will take 110 hours approximately. I'm not good at math. 5, 10, 8. Let's say 90 hours. Okay, 110 hours or more than that, because we have recalls classes. Like recalls classes are 5 hours long, 5 to 6 hours long recalls classes, because we explain all the questions, all 300 questions from listed diet. All 300 questions we explain. So these are 5 to 6 hours classes. So generally topics classes are 2 hours long. So if you have a job up to, let's say, 9 p.m. and if you take some rest, how do you watch the classes? If you can join live classes, you join. How do you join? You take our book, take a pen, and the things I tell you, you highlight those. You highlight those. You highlight those. This is called active reading, active watching. Actively, you have to watch the classes actively. It's not like you are watching a movie. Of course, you can do that, but you are watching a movie, you're eating some chips and some Sprite or anything like that, and you just watch, and after the class you forget everything. No, don't do that. Take a pen, take our book, highlight the things I tell you. Highlight the things. Now, 2 hours is a long time. You will not be able to hold your concentration. I would say after a full day job or something, it's hard to hold your concentration. So what you do, you watch half an hour, then take a break. The next day you watch half an hour at morning, half an hour at night, or whenever you get time. So you will have 2 to 3 days gap for each class. In between each class, you will have 2 to 3 days gap. What do you do in these 2 to 3 days? You don't have to worry about any question. You don't have to worry about anything. Just study the things I say in class and leave the things I don't mention or I say not important. Leave that at all. You will not be needing them at all. Only those things. You watch half and you then study. From the notes, you study. This is called note enrichment. So you will be needing every day only 2 to 3 hours. If you are in my course, you give 2 to 3 hours every day, every single day, 2 to 3 hours every single day. 1 hour video and 2 hour for your study. 2 hour for your study. Only the things I mentioned in the video, one by one. Like first, I will give neuroanatomy class. So you watch it and you study it. You watch and study. Then before the next class, you will have an exam. You give the exam, but don't worry about the mark. Don't worry about the mark at all. Not at all. You get the paper in your email. What you do, you check what are the things you missed. What are the things you got wrong? And you study them again. Study them again. Simple. Don't compare your marks with anyone. You don't need that because it's a single exam. It's a cut mark exam. So you have to know the common things first. Common things. You have to know the common things. If you know the common things, you will pass this exam. So you improve yourself. You compare your previous exam with next exam, not with someone else, with yourself only. With yourself only. So you study, then you give exam, then do the next class. And while doing next class, just don't think about what you studied previously. You don't need that because we have revisions later. When we have revisions, then you revise only the things I mentioned. Then we have recalls. These classes you just watch. You don't have to study anything. You don't have to even touch the recalls. Just see the recalls video. Just see the recalls video. Then you are totally prepared and then you pass the exam. This is the model we follow. Topics classes, then revisions, then recalls. Okay. Topics classes, then recalls, then revisions, and then pass the exam. Simple model. Simple model. So if you are in our course, you will be needing only 2 to 3 hours each day. And how many days? Some people even in 3 months they pass. Like some people join 2 months before and they watch all the video in these 2 months. Maybe they are totally free. They left the job and they passed. And I have the messages that they say, Dr. Khan, I just joined 21 days ago. That's the lowest time someone took to pass this exam. He said, I will show you that. Don't worry. We have those messages. I just enrolled 21 days ago and I watched all your video day and night, day and night, day and night, and I passed this exam. And what do I say? These are very satisfying. So you will be needing only 3 months, only 3 months if you watch all the topics class video to pass this exam. Okay. And 4 months of course. If you follow the routine, you will pass this exam. 4 months is good with a job. With a job, with residency, or with course, or with training. So I know how much work you have to do during training. So even if you have a job plus a training, you will be needing highest 4 months to pass this exam. Highest 4 months, not more than that. What you have to do if you want to study by yourself, I don't know. I don't know if you can make it in 4 months with jobs and training. If you want to study by yourself, but if you are in my course, all you have to do is give 2 to 3 hours every day. 2 to 3 hours every day. Now this is the time you need for prepare situations in preparing. Okay, this is the situations I have just described. Then our process. What do I do? We have 6 months course, we have 4 months course, we have 3 months course. Who wants to take some time? Who wants to take some time, like for safety or something? And we have almost all live classes from in 6 months course. In 4 months, all the classes are recorded, like 50-50, you can say. Like anatomy classes are big, these are recorded. Okay, and all the classes you need, it's not like it's recorded from last year or from 200 years, it's just recorded from 6 months batch. And 3 months batch, all classes are recorded. All classes are recorded. That's why they cost totally low anyway, lower than everything. Anyway, so these are the three types of batch we have, and previously we had recalls, revisions, plus exams batch. But no, we will not, because they have started from some other courses. Maybe they come here and they don't know a lot of things. They keep asking unnecessary questions in our question posting groups and give wrong explanation sometimes. Like people post questions, I will tell you about that. Wrong explanations, and that confuses our candidates and everyone. So we will be not opening any exam batch and recalls batch. These are not sure to. Recalls batch we will not be opening to, because they create problems too, because they don't know the topics. How did we uh, prepared the base? They don't know it, so they don't have that base, and they have a lot of problems. I don't want people to waste their money. So recalls batch will not be opening this time, maybe, not sure. If sometimes people request a lot, that's why we add 2 3 people. Anyway, so in each batch we have 3 groups. Class, your class will be named class September 25, and 4 is the 4-month batch. Exams September 25, and 4 is a 4 months batch. And question posting is the group which is common group. We have 6 months batch course attendance, we will be having 4 months batch course attendance, and 3 months batch. All of the people will be there. And what will you do? All, you cannot send any message or anything in these groups. In these groups you cannot send any message or anything. So why do you send message here in question posting group? Why? Because class, here we will post class time if that's a live class, and or if it's not a live class, we will directly give the class at 8 p.m. on given date, 8 to 9. Sometimes my co-mentor is busy, so she takes some time. Anyway, sometimes I'm busy too. She takes some time too. Anyway, class exams group here will be. So why no messages there? Because all the classes will be in serial. When we end the classes, you will just scroll up and you can see all the classes in serial, so you can just watch anyone. Exams, same thing, on the given date, 8 p.m. up to 8 to 9 p.m. we post the exam link. What do? You click the link. Then you will have a form. It will be timed exam, 50 marks 45 minute, 100 marks 90 minute, 200 marks 190 minute, 300 marks 290 minute, like this, so that you can just have some preparation, that you end before the time. So before ending the exam, in the form, before 5 minutes, we will have a warning that form is ending, exam is ending. And don't forget to click submit. You have to click submit after you give the exam at the lower, like 1 2 3, this is the 50 number question. After that you will be having an option here, submit. You have to click that link, otherwise the form will not be submitted. and I cannot give you a copy. I cannot give you a copy. Give you a copy. I cannot, because we will not have any document. You have to click submit. You have to click. In our main exam, we don't have to do it. Automatically submitted. It will be automatically submitted in MRCS Part A in centers. But here you have to click submit. You have to click submit. This is just a practice. So your head is in line. Anyway. So when you click submit, you will be automatically you will have a copy in your mail. You will automatically have a copy in your mail. Automatically. You have to check spam sometimes, because sometimes they don't go to inbox. So this is the exam. And question posting, you post your any question there. Any question about your exam, or about your classes, or about the things you are not understanding, or you can text me directly in my mentor ID. Now, I have co-mentors. I have a co-mentor and I have an admin. Let me tell you what do they do. Co-mentor does everything. She will give you classes, she will give you answers, and she will give you all the things you need. Admin will check mails if you haven't get it. Admin will accept drive requests. Okay, so if you have any problem, you text co-mentor. She will respond. Sometimes people are busy, sometimes it might be late, but she will always respond. Admin, if you don't get mail after exam, or you have some queries about like class or exams, you ask co-mentor. You don't get mail, or you have some problem with the drive, it's not opening, or you are not understanding what to do, or sometimes you say class not playing. Guys, you knock admin. You knock admin, you will see it in our groups, don't worry. And one thing about class not playing, this is not our problem. Class not playing, these are big classes like 1 GB, 2 GB. Sometimes you have network issue, so you check that. Sometimes you have storage issue in Telegram, so you check that. So if you have these problems, you first check your phone. We cannot change it, we cannot do anything about it. Some people, like I have seen, like one or two people, we have a lot of candidates, like from the first crossed almost 500, 600 maybe. We are just 2 years old. Shishu baby. Anyway, so so check your network or storage. So these are the ways we, and these are the things. And I, what do? I do nothing. I do nothing actually. I just take classes. I just take classes. Guys, other things about payment, knock communication, our given number, about course, transfers, or form, or routine. Ask communication 01326755818. She deals with all of these things. Okay, let's talk about transfer from our course. What about transfer? You are enrolled in 4 months course, and due to some reason you cannot give the exam, or you have to withdraw. If that's a valid reason, valid means like people have a lot of problem, like you got ill, or you had a fracture, or someone died, you can request us and we can transfer your fee. If like from September to January, we can give you a 50% discount up to. I don't deal with these things, these management deals with these things. I'm just telling you because I'm the face. My job is to tell you everything. We can give you 50% discount in our January course. But if you got admitted in September course and you want to go to next year May course and you want some discount, no, we can't do that. We can't. We have limitations. We have a lot of expenses, Like we have a lot of people, you have to pay them. And 50% discount in January course. If you are enrolled in our uh, September batch, and you want to transfer to January, you can have a 50% discount, up to 50%, depending on your situation. So these are the things about, and then the things I told you, like in 4 months course, what will be the class type? There will be live classes and there will be recorded classes too. Recorded classes, and every classes will have two versions, Bangla and English version classes. Both same topic, but two classes each. Like today's class is neuroanatomy. This will be recorded. I will give you immediately after this class, and you watch that class, you take the book and you study it. And let's say neuroanatomy class, you will have two versions. One is Bangla, one is English. Both are same class, same topic, same thing. And the recorded classes are from 6 months batches. Like the recorded, it's not like from some other batches, because every diet is different. Like April batch has a different classes, because their topics, their important topics are different. September important topics are different. That's why. And then physiology, pathology, it depends. If I feel like next class thorax, if I feel like I should take a live class for that, I will inform you before 9 p.m. Usual time 9:30 to 10 I start. If I feel like I should, this class needs something new for September, okay, I will take that class, and I will give both in 6 months and 4 months later on if they need only the topics, only the important topics. So it depends on the situation. Like neuroanatomy, everything is explained. So you will have the class right now. Now, I will be giving you chances to ask questions. If you have any questions, you can ask. Let me unmute you guys. I'm good. I'm good. Can you tell about the fees and ways of depositing it? Oh, fees about like, okay, I'm unmuting you. Okay, you can unmute yourself. Whoever has a question, what fees you are talking about? Like exam fees?
Yes, exactly.
Hello.
Yes, about the example. How can we
Okay,
deposit
okay.
it?
Like your MRCS part A exam fees.
Yes,
Okay, for booking, we have our booking wing too, booking and payment. But we had some problems. What are the problems? A lot of people booked with us, then they withdrew the exam. And what happened? We lost our US dollar limit, and we don't really charge anything for it. For our candidates, we book the exam. Now, for booking and payment, you can contact us, we can help, we can open your account, but you have to use your own card for payment. Own card for payment. Okay, let me tell you about how you do it. If you have any card like Citibank or Bragg Bank or Islami Bank or any card, you have to talk to them. If that's dual currency or multi currency, you have to, this exam will charge 625 pounds, that is almost 800 US dollar, that is more than 300 US dollar. So anytime you have to pay more than 300 USD, you have to send a mail to them, send a mail for opening your international gateway. So you talk to the bank and they will tell you that send us a mail for opening the gateway. There you have to mention a lot of things. We have a template for that. When you book, you can ask, we will give you that. What are the informations you need to give? So you send a mail like you want to book it on, let's say, 1st May. So you mail on 31st April or 30th April, I don't know, just saying. And they will open the gateway. It takes only 2 to 3 hours for bank, and after that you will be able to pay it. Now, The it it varies from bank to bank. It varies from bank to bank. You will be charged 3% conversion charge. Two times converted, 625 will be converted to dollar, dollar will be converted to taka, and then you will be able to pay. So 3% conversion charge. And Islami Bank, oh my god, they charge a staggering 50%, 15% sometimes. So 15 plus 3, that is 18% sometimes they charge. And Citibank too, Bank too, sometimes they charge 18%. 18%, like 800 USD plus 18%. This will be your total charge. This will be your total charge for booking the exam. Like, what do we do? We Google that convert. What will be the conversion? Like 120 taka per USD. 800, if it's 800, 96,000. But add 18% of 96,000 with it. It will cross almost 110 thousands, 1,10,000 sometimes, or near. I didn't calculate, but it will be near. So it will cost like it. You have to open international gateway and then you can book. Now, our booking is off due to that reason. We have lost our USD limit, but we can help you open your account. Open account in RCS website, and then just you have to pay with your card. Simple as that. Any other questions, guys? Anyone? Okay, no one has any questions. I will be ending the class and I will be giving you the neuroanatomy class today. And the next class, we need to give some time for you to study neuroanatomy. That's why we might change the routine a little bit. And thanks a lot for caring. I'm good now. Actually, the thing is, what happened? Let me tell you in short what happened. I was cooking rice, and then after that warm rice spilled over myself. That was a terrible situation, guys. Anyway, thank you for joining. And if you have any question, you can inbox me directly. And about the classes or anything, you can contact our co-mentor anytime, and me anytime too. You can. Whenever I get time, I will reply. I'm not like people who doesn't reply. I reply. I always reply. I might take some time, but I am always there for you. Thank you.